Lord Chani Mandana Vikosi, and welcome to another episode of Though Bees Have. I am so excited for today. Today, I am finally tackling some faith based content, and I'm super excited to be sharing this with you. Now, beginning of the year, as you all know, we set our goals, we do our New Year's resolutions, and we just look at our year and we plan it out, and we look at what we want to do and all of that. So I usually look to God to help me, kind of map out my year and find out what it is that I need to be doing. And one thing that God did is that He gave me 5 P's that I needed to pursue and be intentional about pursuing in this year. And those P's are purpose, peace, prosperity, profit, and persistence. So if you are my friend on Facebook, I'm more active on Facebook, trying to be a little bit more active on Instagram as well. I'll drop my handle. So if you are my Facebook friend, you know that usually on Facebook I have these lives whereby I just speak whatever is my mind, whatever is going down, whatever is in my spirit. And yeah, so I shared, about how to be intentional in pursuing those things. And yeah, 3 months into the year, it's been going pretty good. It's been going pretty good. It's been challenging. But you know what, I believe it's worth it. Nothing is easy, right? So today I want to share about the benefits of uh, being intentional about pursuing and walking in your purpose. For some of you that haven't yet maybe discovered your purpose and you don't really know how to go about it, that the verse of the day is for you. So the verse of the day today is in Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, and it goes, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Now, a lot of times, what I realize about this verse is that people think that when we say that, when we say all these things will be added unto you, we mean like materialistic things. We say, seek first God, seek first the principles of God, and then He will give you the car, He will give you the money, He will give you. But we need to understand that before God can give you all of those things, God needs to work things out in your spirit, right? And finding your purpose is first finding your identity in God. So when you seek God and you seek his kingdom, then he gives you your identity, then he gives you your purpose, then he gives you how to go about living and fulfilling your purpose. So we need to understand that before God can give us the materialistic things, which I believe are just like a byproduct of all the things that he does in our spirit, then he needs to first give you certain things. He needs to train you. He needs to make sure that when he does give you these things, you'll know what to do with them, and that you will be faithful. Even though you've received those materialistic things, you will be faithful in serving them and in stewarding over those things. So purpose is one of the things that you kind of find when you are walking with God, when you are looking for the face of God. You understand? So if you are struggling finding purpose, first look for God. First look for what God wants to do in your life, why God has placed you on this earth. Because the word of God says that he has placed you on this earth and he has plans for your life, plans not to harm you, but plans to prosper you. So let's get into it. I've written down some notes. Might be looking away a little bit. I hope it's not distracting. So these are some of the benefits that have come with walking and living in my purpose. The first thing is fulfillment. I find walking in my purpose and having discovered what my purpose is has made me so fulfilled. It has made me so content each and every day. I do not wake up in the morning stressed and worried and asking myself, why am I even living? Because I know that everything is working for my good. I understand that every challenge that comes my way, it is building me up and training me to what God has intended for me in this life. You understand? So I become so fulfilled. Even in trying times, even in challenging times, I become so excited to see that what is God going to give me as a reward for whatever that I'm going through. So I'm very much fulfilled. I don't find myself comparing myself to other people and saying, why is it that Uzbanbani are getting 1, 2, 3, but I'm not getting it? Because I understand that I'm walking in my purpose. I am going through my own journey, going through my own path. I understand what God is trying to teach me. I understand, before finding my purpose, these are the things that I lacked. And in me going through 1, 2, 3, God is helping me to kind of learn and get those things. So I'm more fulfilled since I have been walking in my purpose. The second thing that I have reaped out of walking in my purpose is intentional associations, intentional relationships, intentional meeting the right people in the right places at the right time. I find myself that when I meet certain people, like the encounters that I have with the people that I have them with are not void. They are not just to pass time. When I meet people, I always find that they have something to contribute towards my journey. Maybe it's some information, maybe it's something that they will give to me that will help me along my journey, whatever it is. But I find that all the people that I encounter, all the people that I make friends with, all the people that I make acquaintance with are people that help me in my journey, are people that motivate me, people that inspire me, or people that teach me and show me what not to do. Even if it's an encounter where I'm like, dodge, but I learn from them what not to do along my journey. So I make some meaningful association. I meet people that I feel like I can grow with, people that allow for me to make mistakes and they don't capitalize on my mistakes. Because along the way in life, you meet people that actually wait for you to make mistakes so that they can say, aha, we are bad. People that just can't wait to see you doing something wrong. But I find myself in circles whereby I'm allowed to make mistakes, and I can gracefully rise from them and learn from them, because those people don't make it such an uncomfortable thing to make mistakes. I find myself with people that allow me to grow. Not only that, but they find something in me that helps them grow as well. That way it's mutual, it's beneficial on both sides. So that's another thing. Intentional and yeah, intentional associations, man. I wonder if, yeah, like people who support you, man, people who correct you with love. And finding intentional associations is not always finding people that always agree with you and what you do, but it's finding people that will say, maybe that's not the way to go about it. Maybe this won't work, or maybe it will work better this way. So it's not always your yes man, but it's people that will tell you, it's okay, maybe you should take this approach, maybe you should do it differently. The third thing is that I've reaped from walking in my purpose is establishing my worth. Now, when people say know your worth, it's not really, maybe finding the partner that will buy you all the expensive weaves and handbags and heels and all of that. That's not what it's about. It's not about what people spend on you or whatever, because people can spend whatever on you as long as they're getting what they want from you, and what they want from you is not always what you should be giving. So I've found in walking in my purpose, and is that you establish your worth, right? You establish the valuable thing that you have within the society, within your family, within your group of friends. You establish those things that only you have that are valuable, You understand? And you believe that those things are valuable, because sometimes people take those things for granted because they believe that you'll always be there and you will always be there to offer these things to them. If you are the friend that is always listening, you establish the worth of that, because you understand that because you are able to listen to people, then they bear their souls and they're able to heal and they're able to grow. And you understand the value of that, even when people don't give you credit for it, but you understand that only you have this to offer, and this is a part of your journey, and you take something, you learn something that adds on to your journey from these people. You understand? So establishing your worth, even though people may take it for granted, but you know that this is something that only you can offer, and this is because of your purpose. This is because of who you are in people's lives. So that's one thing that I've also reaped from my journey in walking in faith. The fourth thing that I have reaped from living in purpose is creating boundaries. Boundaries has always been something that I've always struggled with growing up. I've always been the friend that is always available for everything. If you want to go partying, I'm there. If you want to go do this, I'm there. If you want to, I've always been a people pleaser, and not in the best ways sometimes, all my life. But now that I've found my purpose, and that I'm walking in my purpose and I'm listening to God and listening to where God is guiding me, I'm able to create boundaries. I'm able to say, nah, I'm not available to that. I don't do everything with everyone all the time. I'm able to say, I can't stay up late because I need to wake up the next morning and do 1, 2, 3. You understand what I'm saying? I'm able to say, no, I can't go to the party with you because, there's certain things that I don't want to engage in that environment. I'm able to put those boundaries through. I'm able to put myself first, if need be, and not feel bad about being selfish sometimes, because sometimes you do need to be selfish. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't give from an empty vessel. So I'm learning each and every day to create boundaries. I'm learning that you don't have to engage in every petty argument. You don't have to let people get to you. So I'm learning to create those boundaries because I understand my purpose. I understand what are the things that I need to invest my energy in. And those are the things that will advance me and draw me closer to fulfilling my purpose. So that has been something that I'm learning, and I'm still learning. It's still a learning process. Sometimes it's really hard to create boundaries because you don't want people to think that you're being mean or whatever, but you need to put yourself first at the end of the day, So yeah, it's one of those. Another thing that I've learned with living in purpose is, or that I've reaped, is that you always know your next move. When you're walking in purpose, you always know what your next move is. Be it that in your previous goal or in your previous project or in your previous steps you didn't succeed, but you always know what you need to do next because you have mapped it out now. You have a vision mapped out. You know what to do. Okay, if this approach didn't work, then let me try this approach. You understand? You are not easily discouraged. You don't give up easily because something didn't work out, but you always know what to do next. You always know what to try next. You understand? And if maybe this is not working right now, maybe I should focus on this, but you know that everything is going to lead up to you fulfilling your purpose. You understand? So that's one thing that I found with, walking in purpose, is that you never run out of moves, because God never runs out of moves. God can do everything. And so when you fail at one thing, or even when you succeed at something, then you know how to sustain it. You know what's the next move to take it to the next level. So you always know. You just always, you're out here. So yeah, you don't get tired easily. You don't give up easily. You always ready for what's next. You always know what's next. So that's one thing that has been really thrilling about walking in purpose. And the sixth thing is that you value quality time with your loved ones, because you are constantly building, you are constantly hustling, you're constantly doing this, doing that, and so you value that time, that you have to, play with your toddler, tickle your toddler, hear your toddler laugh. You value that time to go out to lunch maybe and catch up with a friend, or just take a walk with a friend and find out what has been happening in their lives and update them on what has been happening in your life. You value that time to, sleep in and, speak with your partner and catch up with them too and find out where they're at, or maybe try out new things with your partner or a friend or whatever, or go out for lunch or do some shopping. Those little things, you find so much value in them and you enjoy them so much, because now you're walking with in purpose and you're constantly, chasing the dream. You're always trying to, do what you must to become and reach where you need to go. You actually, appreciate the time you have with your loved ones, right? So yeah, basically that's about it. I'm trying to say with doing this is that let us listen to God. Let us listen to the voice of God, and let us listen to what God wants us to be. You always know when you are not the person that you need to be. Because it feels uncomfortable. You always feel like you're not fulfilled. You feel like there's something else you should be doing. You always, something always tells you but you're not in the right place. So let us seek what God has in store for us, so that we can find our purpose and move in that purpose. I hope this was helpful. Catch you on the next one. Remember to spread love, light, and positivity. And remember to subscribe and like and comment and share and do all those amazing things. If you found this helpful, please do say and give me your thoughts down at the comment section. I love you, man. I love you. See you on the next one.